Superman ruled television in the 1950s, Batman in the 1960s. But in the 70s, it was time for a female superhero to dominate the airwaves. And on November 7th, 1975, she burst onto the scene wearing a tiara and wielding a lasso. Wonder Woman had arrived.
My main concern is that I wanted to project the image of Wonder Woman as a non-predatory female that was smart and had it all going on, wasn't full of herself, was a champion of women, was a friend of women.
Wonder Woman had been a powerhouse in comic books since the 1940s.
Her entire reason for existing was to show an alternate way the world could be. She's strong enough to have to fight when it's necessary, but that's not the first thing she's going to do.
But despite her popularity, more than 30 years after her debut, the character still hadn't made the transition from page to screen. In 1967, a TV pilot influenced by the high-camp Batman series played the heroine for laughs. It didn't sell. In 1974, another pilot was tried, but featured a superheroine who was nothing like her comic book counterpart.
The pilot stars Kathy Lee Crosby, who is a professional tennis player turned actor, and then Ricardo Montalban is sort of a James Bond, Blofeldian villain, and was more of a super spy 1960s James Bond kind of a feel than it was Wonder Woman. But in 75, we got another pilot. This is the Lynda Carter pilot, the pilot that people traditionally think about.
Lynda Carter was a former singer in Miss World USA who was trying to break into TV.
There were very few jobs available for women. I went in for the reading to read for Wonder Woman, and Doug Kramer, who was the executive producer, had seen film on me. And I walked in, and he said, "Oh, we don't want you to read because we've already seen you on film. We just want you to do the screen test." Really? Oh my God, that was like the closest I'd ever gotten to anything really big.
Carter's Wonder Woman debuted on November 7th in an explosion of starbursts and spandex and was an instant hit.
I think the secret formula that the producers were missing when trying to adapt Wonder Woman in those previous attempts, the 67 and 74 attempts, was sex appeal. And that is what they ended up finding in the 1975 version.
Lynda Carter's Wonder Woman wasn't just about sex appeal and action. She was a stranger in a strange land.
Well, the island that she comes from, Paradise Island, is a matriarchal society run by Cloris Leachman, as it happens. And on this island, they know nothing of man's ways except that man's ways are wrong. And the way this translates throughout the series is we find Wonder Woman constantly coming into conflict with the male order of things, the patriarchal order.
And so I played her for real, with a real humanity, and kind of, I don't really get what the big deal is, kind of feeling, and initially with a lot of naivete, because it was all new to her.
One of the most iconic elements of the show is, of course, Wonder Woman's transformation, right? Her transformation from Diana Prince into Wonder Woman, which she does by twirling. And the producers of the show managed to achieve this effect by doing a lockdown shot and filming her in her Diana Prince clothes spinning, and then filming her in her Wonder Woman clothes spinning, and then just cross-fading them, superimposing them. It doesn't work the best. It is pretty choppy at times, but they did add in sort of a visual explosion effect later to try to mask that jarring transition where she's spinning at two different speeds in the different shots. But that has become the most iconic image.
The show continued through 1979, switching networks, ABC to CBS, and time periods, the 40s to the 70s, midway through its run. After it ended, the world would wait a long time for another on-screen Wonder Woman. But in the meantime, a whole generation of young girls had been forever changed by the character.
And I was introduced to her as a concept from television. And yes, I ran around twirling and grabbing any kind of rope thing, trying my darndest to lasso someone.
Some of those girls grew up from Wonder Woman fans into Wonder Woman creators.
What female creators bring to Wonder Woman is just the actual experience of being a woman, and things you have to fight against that, or that you run into every day that men don't understand happen. I'm lucky enough to have Wonder Woman: The True Amazon be on the New York Times bestseller list.
In 2016, Wonder Woman finally reappeared, played by Gal Gadot in the movie Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. But it was director Patty Jenkins' solo Wonder Woman movie the following year that became both a box office smash and a cultural phenomenon and launched a Wonder Woman franchise.
I think Gal Gadot is amazing, and I look forward to more Wonder Woman movies. She's not a sidekick. She's not a girl. She's a woman. She's a warrior. She's an ambassador. She functions by a moral code for the betterment of everybody.